Our kids are just like other kids, you know, they're modern kids. They live in a technology saturated world. They enjoy their time, you know, on screens. But what we have noticed is that when our kids are outside, when we unplug from all of those things, they are happier, they are purer, they're kids. I'm not gonna lie and say that when we, you know, tell Clark and Annie, like, hey, we're gonna go for a hike as a family this evening, they don't usually shout, you know, yippee, hooray. No, it's more like, oh, do we have to do this again? I don't wanna go, it's hot outside, there's gonna be bugs. Yeah, we hear that every single time. They don't always love that idea. They'd rather stay at home and sit on their screen than put their, you know, boots on and go get muddy and sweaty. But 10 times out of 10, once we get out there, they love it.
So guys, after we eat, we're gonna get ready and then go for a little hike.
No! Yo, Crank Nasty. Was it worth it? Hey, you, get back here.
Yes.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Were we right, as always?
Kind of. Yes.
So the home that we live in now has really served us well for the season of life that is kind of coming to a close. We definitely thought that we were going to be here forever, that this was going to be our forever home. We could see ourselves being here when our kids were little, you know, bringing them home from the hospital, but we could also have the foresight to envision sleepovers with friends as they got older, taking pictures by the tree in our front yard with their prom dresses on, or, you know, homecoming suit or whatever. I don't think I believe in a forever home anymore. I believe in being present wherever the situation is best for you at the moment, but also not being afraid to go where the wind blows you. Obviously this has a ginormous barn and we're not really going for that, but like if you look up there over the hill, there's just space. Woods, meadows, pastures. That's awesome. That's kind of what we're going for. Moving into the next property, finding a new home is a little bit of a process. We have a lot of unknowns because we don't know where we're going to land. We don't have to settle, and it's okay for us to be picky and specific on what we really want and what we need. Choosing the option of homeschooling for next year has allowed us to go from, you know, looking in a little pinhole box that is our elementary school to, you know, we can really look anywhere. I think if you asked each member of our family what they're looking for in a new home, you would probably get different answers. Annie, so in our new house or new land, what are the top 3 things that you're hoping we have?
A pygmy goat.
A pygmy goat?
Well, I also want a trampoline.
Okay.
And snuggles.
Clark, in our new home or new land, what are the top 3 things that you're hoping we have?
A tree house, a tree that we can climb, and a 4-wheeler.
So what are your top 3 things that you're hoping for or looking for in our next property?
Seclusion, a mixture of lawn and woods, and
I see other people.
not being right next to a major highway like
Arlo,
80, so
other
you know,
people.
no noise.
Arlo, buddy, what are the 3 most important things in a new house for you? If you were gonna ask me, I would say number 1, we want space. In an ideal world, I would say that we're probably looking for at least 5 acres. My preference would be in the area of probably 10 to 15. Pennsylvania has a cool tax relief program. It's called the Clean and Green program. If your plot of land is 10 or more acres and you use it for agricultural uses, then you get a huge discount on the property taxes that you pay. Number 2, privacy. Hear me correctly here, neighbors, because I know some of you are gonna be watching this. I am at a point in my life where I feel like I can finally speak pretty candidly, pretty honestly, and I'm not really worried that I'm going to offend people any longer. I'm kind of free to be me at this point. I love my neighborhood. Like, I seriously love my neighborhood. All of the people that live on our circle are very friendly and very warm and welcoming. We can go, you know, out front like we did last night and see that a couple of other kids on the street are having a little pickup game of basketball. So we can walk over there and join that. But I am more of an introvert, and I super value my family unit. Spending time with just Jonathan, Clark, Annie, and Arlo. I love our family. I love the memories that we can create together. I love, you know, the things that we do just as us. And there are a lot of times where I don't get that here, because if, you know, we go out front to play, then there's a good chance that somebody else is gonna spot you and wanna join. And while that's wonderful most of the time, I don't always love that. I would like to have some privacy where, you know, having people over is more on my terms. I would also say that one of my top priorities is just making sure that the zoning is appropriate so that we can have animals and do the things that we want to do. I'm not looking to have like a full-fledged farm, but I would like to be able to have the option, you know, to do big things if that's where the future takes us. In a new property, in a future home, we want to bring the outside inside and the inside outside, if that makes sense.
This is what I love about new places. We get to explore and we get to see stuff that we haven't seen before.
It's okay for your vision to change. That doesn't mean that you failed. That doesn't mean that you messed up along the way or that you made a mistake. It's not going to be easy for us to say goodbye to this home and what we have here now, because it has been good to us and it has served us well and it is comfortable. So I just wanted to share something that just happened that kind of made me laugh a little bit, because I can't even make this stuff up. The timing on things just makes me laugh. Ever since we created and published our first video, you know, that's kind of like making things official. We said we're gonna homeschool. We said for sure that we're gonna list our house. And when you make things official, it also makes things really scary. I work remotely part-time now as a nurse. How am I gonna do that when we are gonna be homeschooling? Literally like probably an hour or two ago, I'm not even kidding, I got an email from my manager saying that, you know, the program is going to end. On one hand, I kind of wanna freak out a little bit, and it makes things even more scary, but that's only a little part of me. The bigger part of me is actually excited, and I know it sounds kind of weird, like why would you be excited that you got an email saying that your job has essentially dissolved? It's another whisper saying go for it, jump, find out what comes next. So here we go. And they have like a barn on there. Arlo, you make it impossible, dude.
We're gonna move on.
Arlo speaks.
I like the grass.
Arlo has the last word.
Mama, I like